Hello guys, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to our first class metric. Subject is English text and class is metric. And in this book you have 26 chapters. In 26 chapters, 13 are poems and 13 are prose. Okay, so we are going to start from the prose. First we will complete and we will read and study the prose. After completing the prose, we will start the poems. Okay, before starting the lectures, I would like to tell you something that is really beneficial and really necessary for all the students. Objectives. We're talking about general objectives. In each lesson, in each chapter, you have some general objectives that you should focus and you should learn these things in every chapter. The first thing is vocabulary. Definitely you will face some and you will see some words new to you and difficult for you, so you will understand and you will learn the meaning. Knowledge, general knowledge about the chapter, that what is being discussed in the chapter. Comprehension or comprehensive reading, that the way you read after my teaching, after studying, after learning, when you read you should have a clear meaning and you should understand what are you reading. Next is theme or central idea. Most of the time the students think that central idea or theme is only they are only in poems, but no, we have also in the prose, so you should focus there also. And general structures. You are learning English, and English is also a language, so when you learn English, when you read things, you should focus on general structures in order to improve your speaking or your fluency. Okay, what is the first chapter? The first chapter is the wise caliph. Wise mean it's an adjective, a person who knows a lot and who has more sense than other people. And caliph mean a person who is holding or who is ruling the people, or ruling the country, or ADC. So that is called caliph. Okay, the first chapter is, now you may see your book and I will read, you will also listen carefully and understand what I say. Okay, the wise caliph. The Caliph Harun Rashid was known and respected for his justice and wisdom. The story is about the Caliph Harun Rashid. He was a great caliph of his time. The Caliph Harun Rashid was known and respected for his justice and wisdom. Two things are here. He was famous and he was respected. He was known for two things: justice and wisdom. Justice means insaf, wisdom means akal mandi. At night he would At night he would disguise himself as a common man and go through the streets of Baghdad. It was his habit. Every night he would disguise himself and go to the streets of Baghdad. He would mingle with common people in order to gain first-hand knowledge of their difficulties and problems. Why did he go to the streets of Baghdad? To mingle with the common people in order to gain first-hand knowledge of their difficulties and problems. He himself wanted to know the problems of the people. One day when he was holding court, there was some problem, the people were sitting and he was discussing some issues, some problems. So two men were brought before him. There were two people. Now the story starts that there were two people and there was a problem between them. So what was the problem? Who were the people? Let's discuss. One of them was well dressed and appeared to be well-to-do, respectable citizen. One of the two men was in good condition and good dressing, and he appeared to be a great man, a respectable citizen. While the other seemed to be a beggar. The second person was a beggar because he was in rags. He was wearing a poor kind of dress. These two men were holding between them a beautiful white horse. Now the main problem. The problem was over a horse. How the problem and how all things happened, let's see in the chapter. Okay, these two men were holding between them a beautiful white horse. The Qazi approached the Caliph and said to him, "O leader of the faithful," a special sentence, "O leader of the faithful." Leader, you understand who is leader, and faithful mean wafadar, imandar. "O leader of the faithful, a Amirul Mu'minin, I have brought before you a dispute." There was another person, Qazi. The Qazi came to the Caliph and said to the Caliph that, "I have brought before you a dispute which I could not settle. It is a difficult case, but I am certain that with your knowledge and wisdom you will pronounce a just decision." He said, the Qazi said that he was certain with the wisdom and justice of the caliph, that he would pronounce a just decision insaf ka faisla. What is the dispute? What is the problem? What is the issue? Ask the caliph from the qazi. He asked from the qazi. These two men here are fighting. Now the qazi is saying, he is replying, these two men here are fighting over this horse. The horse was before them, so he pointed the horse. These two men pointed the people with demonstrated pronoun. These two men are fighting over this horse. Each one of them claims and swears that this horse is his. Everybody is claiming, this is my horse. The second person says, this is my horse. So this is the problem. Step forward, the caliph orders the well-dressed man, the person who was in good dress, the person who was wearing good dress, and who seemed to be a respectable citizen. The caliph ordered him to come forward, and let's hear what you have to say. What do you want to say about the problem that the caliph asked to the person, the rich person or the well-dressed person? Okay, what do you have to say? The man said to the caliph, O leader of the faithful, I beg to believe me. He requested to believe him that whatever I say in your presence shall be the truth. He said that he would say the truth, not false. This morning, the day on which they are holding, or in which on the day they are in front of the caliph and qazi, on that day, this morning when I was riding to the city, he was coming to the city, I saw this beggar limping along ahead of me. Before me, on the road, he was limping. Limping means to walk with disability, not to walk clearly, having some problem in walking. On hearing the sound of my horse's hooves. Horse hooves means the walking sounds when the horse walks and the sound comes out of his feet, that is called hooves. He turned round and mentioned to me to stop. I pulled the reins of my horse. Reins are two ropes which are used to control the horse while riding, or we say riding, driving or riding. I pulled the reins of my horse. He begged me to give me a ride up to the city gate. He requested me to pick me up to the city gate, or to give me a ride to the city gate. He was lame. I felt sorry for him. So I pulled him up behind me on the horse. When we reached the city gate, at the time when they reached the city gate, I stopped and turned round to help him get down. He stopped. The rich man stopped and got down turned round to help the beggar to get down the horse. What happens there? He refused to dismount. The beggar did not want to get down off the horse. I was puzzled and gently told him to get down. He was worried. He was puzzled. And he spoke with soft words to the beggar that he should get down off the horse, because we had reached the city gate, at that time, so he wanted him to get down. He said, why should I get down? I gave you a ride and now you want to rob me of my horse? The beggar said that I gave you a ride. The beggar was telling a lie. He was claiming the person, and he was having the problem, so he wanted to rob the horse from the rich and the real owner of the horse. So the problem is between the beggar and the rich man, or the well-dressed man. The problem is the beggar wanted to rob the horse from the second person, the rich man. Now what happens next, we will learn in next lecture. Dear students, you are requested to read the chapter carefully and try to find out some special words or some difficult words for you and what their meaning. And if you don't understand, you can contact your teachers, schools, etc., and you can consult the dictionary. You have a great choice there. So thank you so much for watching the lecture. See you in the next lecture.